Monty and Juliet were getting on so well, and Monty took her with him to visit his dad. They shared hot chocolates, went sledging, and made lots of memories. And, excitingly, they decided to make things more official. Tallulah was happy as always to see him, but she wasn't so sure about him being in a relationship. Her views were skewed by her own non-committal nature. She warned him to tread carefully. Monty, of course, tried to ignore what she had said. He didn't want to bounce from one thing to another, as he had always watched Tallulah do. Monty was certain he wanted to settle down, and took it a step further, exchanging promise rings. He was ahead in his studies, and was able to graduate school early. Juliet still spent a lot of time at their house, which he liked. One night she came by, and wasn't her normal self. Monty took her to the beach, so they could talk privately. And it turned out she was pregnant. Monty was shocked, but he knew they would work it out. Unfortunately, Juliet's mother didn't take it well. She ended up leaving and going to Monty's house. She knocked on the door, and only Tallulah was there. Tallulah was amazing, having been there herself. She told Juliet they would be there for her, and she was happy for her to move in if that would help. When Monty returned home, he seconded Tallulah's idea. He wanted Juliet to be safe and cared for. And he vowed to be there for her and their baby forever. Juliet continued her studies, wanting to graduate before she had the baby, while Monty worked on his skills, building up his violin and charisma knowledge. When they went to the ultrasound, they had a supply. Twins? Juliet felt so emotional. She wanted to give her babies the best start, but wasn't sure how. Monty was determined. He took on extra lifeguard shifts and worked on his application to be a politician. As time went on, Juliet's bump grew bigger, and she found things harder. They had a small ceremony on the beach, only inviting the closest of family. They enjoyed a buffet on the beach, and even Juliet's mother attended. And even her mother couldn't stay mad when she heard the news. She was excited to hear of her twin grandbabies. Tallulah had grown more popular as a painter, and made quite a lot of money from her masterpieces. She was content with her home and life, so she gifted Monty and Juliet enough money for their own starter home. Monty and Juliet moved to Tartosa, excited to start their adventure together. He started his career in politics, hoping to get into the charity organization. And just in time, because Juliet was in for her plans section. They were both nervous, but with Monty by her side, Juliet managed to keep herself calm. Welcome to the world, Rosalie and Atticus. They were so in love with their babies, and after a short stay in hospital, Juliet and the babies were allowed to go home. Monty wanted to give his children stability. He had always craved it, and though he didn't resent his mother, he wanted to do things differently. Juliet and Monty worked as a team. It helped that Tallulah was never far away, to help with logistics like taking out the bins. Monty worked during the day, fighting for his cause, and trying to secure their future. Tallulah gave him logic lessons, to help him advance. And soon, the babies grew into infants.
Rosalie.
Atticus. Monty donated to performers, wanting to support anyone who needed it. Juliet spent her days caring for the twins. The days felt long, but the year passed quickly. Sometimes she napped when the babies slept, and other time Tallulah came over to help. She wouldn't change it for the world, even if her own plans had been pushed back. Monty worked hard, even at home, but he made sure to prioritize time with Juliet. And he took care of the twins at night, knowing how hard Juliet worked in the day. Time for the twins to age up. Rosalie is our future heir. Atticus, next.